Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Shilpa Data Insights.
So if you are able to solve that, then around 60 to 70% of the interview you have cleared. How you have optimized the pipeline. So you have to put that things in your CV. Try to use at the last 20 days, 15 days. Try to make up your mind which company you want to join.
Hi Prem Shankar, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for accepting this invite for the podcast. I'm really happy to get you into this podcast and this complete conversation will be related to data engineering field and exactly how you cracked the data engineering job offer and as I was looking at that you have been placed in one of the top MNC company. I will not tell much about you. You can speak about yourself and then we can go ahead and see what conversation we can have.
So my name is Prem Shankar and I currently joined Deloitte USI as a data engineer. So I total 4 years of experience in IT and it was complete in data engineering. So I've worked on multiple tools and tech stack like Azure Data Factory, Azure Databricks, PySpark, SQL, Python, Azure Synapse, AWS S3, AWS EMR, AWS Redshift. So all those tech stack I have worked on. And for 2.2 years, I worked in 2 years. I worked in PwC India as an associate data engineer, and before that, I worked in Cognizant as an associate data engineer. And currently, I joined Deloitte USI, and I have cracked around 6 offers. So that is my whole intro.
Okay, actually, that's really amazing. Congratulations, first of all, for having six offers. It's not an easy task. But at the end, you joined Deloitte, which is also one of the biggest MNC after PwC, right? So, if you talk about the tech stack, which is the tech stack that you love to work right now?
PySpark, SQL, Azure Databricks, Azure Data Factory. So mostly PySpark, SQL, and Python. Three I love to means code and work on, and also the Azure Databricks, Azure Data Factory, AWS S3, EMR, Redshift I have used. So these are the tech stack I have worked on, and mostly three things: PySpark, SQL, and Python. And I will suggest everybody who is working in data engineering field to focus more on these three tech stack problem solving skills like PySpark, SQL, Python, because whatever interview I have faced and I have given many interviews, so I've seen that mostly they focus on these three things. If you are able to clear these three things, like if you are able to, they will give you a SQL query and they will tell you to solve that in PySpark also. So if you are able to solve that, then around 60 to 70% of the interview you have cleared. And after that, they will ask you about your project, about your in which tech stack you have worked, and then about Azure Databricks and Azure Data Factory. But mostly they focus on PySpark, SQL, and Python.
That's absolutely right. Like whatever interviews I have also given and have taken, those are only the major things that you need to focus on. So if you talk about the interview process in Deloitte, so how many rounds were there?
Actually, first they called me and did the screening. So after that, my interview was scheduled, and the first round was a technical round. Second round also was a technical round and little bit of techno managerial type, but mostly technicals, pure coding questions from your tech stack like Azure Databricks, Azure Data Factory, PySpark, SQL, Python. So mostly PySpark, SQL, Python questions they gave. So you have to solve that, and then apart from that, they asked you about your project. So first round was of around 45 minutes, and second round was also about a 50 to 60 minute interview was taken. So both was technical round and little bit of techno managerial in the second year. Have you managed any team? Have you lead any team? So this kind of question they asked. So mostly was on the tech stack or the project which you have worked on, and what are the coding skills or problem solving skills you have. So mostly they asked, and after that it was a HR round, and then after that offer was released.
Okay, that sounds great. Actually, so there were total three rounds of interview. Two was technical, and in that you have techno managerial, and the third is HR, which
HR
is
round.
good. At least three rounds. It's not having four or five rounds, which becomes difficult and a lengthy process. So it was in a duration of how much time?
No, in LTI Mindtree, Silpa, I have given around 4 rounds
Okay.
because first round was one AI based interview they have taken that was on Carrot platform. After that, one Citibank exam that was for a Citibank client. So they have taken 30 minutes interview, 30 minutes coding exam. After that, one round was full technical, and then fourth round it was face to face interview in the LTI Mindtree office. So they are also taken that. So the fourth technical, and after that HR round was done.
Okay, so it actually varies from
company to
company to
company.
company, even for vacancy, how fast they want to fill up the vacancy. Also, that also depends how interview process you, how much skilled you were. If you are skilled, then they will skip one round. That's also is happening, right? So that is good.
In Public Sapient, first round was exam, that was coding exam, Python, PySpark, SQL was there. Second was a interview of 1 hour around for that coding and all those stuffs and technical discussion. After that, after that one HR managerial round out there. There also they ask some technical question only, and then some managerial question, and after that, yeah, HR round was done. So this way the full process is going on.
Okay. So if I talk about before applying for any interviews, you have to prepare, right? And you have told all the tech stacks that you need to prepare. So what all exactly like you need to focus on? PySpark SQL is there, but what all things, topics you basically focused on to clear your interviews?
See, in SQL, mainly whichever interview I have given, I have seen that mostly questions was from windowing function like row number, rank, dense rank, lead. Lead lag was less, but also lead lag you need to be aware of, because in many interviews they ask you the difference between lead and lag also. Mostly was on row number, rank, and dense rank to get second highest salary, third highest salary, department wise highest salary, and many more questions like to remove duplicates. So all those questions were asked, and apart from that, a group by aggregations, joins. These are the important topics. City, common table expression, subqueries. So these are the questions. These are the mostly topics which they cover in the interviews. So you have to be aware of these topics like joins, like inner joins, outer join, full outer joins. They give you query like there are two tables. There are one columns in each. So total number of records in inner join, left outer join, right outer join. So this kind of questions only joins, group by aggregations, and then windowing function. There and also some date problems like day on date, like current date on that kind of problem you need to solve. So to get the interview cleared in SQL side, and also I focus mainly on the Ankit Bansal playlist. I have followed a lot. A lot of interview questions are there, and apart from the Sumit Mittal playlist also I have followed. I have done the Trendy Tech courses also, a lot of courses, so that also helped me a lot. And Ankit Bansal playlist I have followed. Apart from that, gigs, lead code problems, few lead code problems, 40 to 50 lead code problem top, I have solved that. Like employee hierarchy salary, employee and manager hierarchy salary, lot of question there. I got. After that, for PySpark, I also followed Sagar Prajapati YouTube channel. So these are the things which I have done to clear the PySpark and SQL thing, because the question which I have solved in SQL, I have tried to solve that in PySpark also. Because the same question when I faced interview, like I was in UI so there they told me that we have working on SQL, so we have a requirement that a person can convert that SQL to the PySpark code. So mainly they tested me by giving lot of SQL queries. They first told me to solve this SQL and then convert that to a PySpark. So they want to. So this way also I prepared. I used the SQL queries which I solved, and then I tried to convert that to PySpark. In present also, when I am giving interviews in Deloitte for project, when I entered Deloitte, so they did the same thing. They used to give some problem statement and they used to tell me, Prem, first solve this in SQL. If you I solved in SQL, then they told me to convert this to PySpark. So this way I did. So I solved a lot of lead code problem also. Ankit Bansal playlist helped me a lot. Lot of questions are there in the Ankit Bansal playlist also, which are there for good for interviews. And then Sumit Mittal playlist also I followed. Sagar Prajapati playlist I followed. So this way, and also from LinkedIn, many questions people are posting that whichever interviews they have given. I suggest everybody to use LinkedIn a lot. People don't try to use LinkedIn. People says that, man, we are not getting call from LinkedIn, but I personally got lot of benefit from LinkedIn. People, if you make good connection on LinkedIn, you get connected to a lot of good people. This, as I have seen your playlist also, you have also you post a lot of good problems on LinkedIn. So I try to take that problem and try to solve that. So that helped me a lot to clear this PySpark SQL and Python question. And Python mostly I use Gigs for Gigs platform. There are Gigs for Gigs. Lot of coding problems are there. Apart from that, I have solved most of the problem from LinkedIn. People are posting a lot of good problems on LinkedIn for Python for data engineering. So I have solved a lot of problems on there, and this way I was able to clear a lot of interviews.
That's great. Actually, your approach that you have SQL and then you convert it into PySpark, because in projects there are different things required, SQL or PySpark. So you need to know both, and if the same question you can solve it in both, you can have that understanding how both the languages work. So that is a
Works.
very good way that you used. Actually, what I would recommend all the people, all the data engineers to do that. And along with it, YouTube
And
is,
apart from that, also lot of scenario based question you need to take up, like how to handle skewed partitions, how to handle small file issues. So from that questions which I learned from trendy tech courses, that helped me a lot. I done it a very means properly and consistently, that course in
that's
the beginning. So that question was in my mind, and also I worked on few projects, so that case use case I handled. So it was there. So scenario based question like skewed partition, data skewness problem, and then small file issues. So this problem you need to understand how to you have to approach and how you have to solve, because in most of the interviews they ask architecture of Spark, lazy evaluation. So you need to be good in fundamental of the also distributed computing and the PySpark.
Yeah, so there are different steps. One is the fundamentals, that is a distributed framework, and then PySpark, and then SQL, and then a cloud technology. So that is required. Okay, so if you are preparing for it as you were working already in PwC, so how exactly you manage that time and your study?
See, in PwC, as all knows, on Big Four, the work-life balance is not that much great. It is hectic only. So I only my project work starts some in one of the project. It was starting from 2 p.m. because it was a US-based client. So 11 or 12 we have one call, and then after that 2 p.m. one call, and then in the evening. So I mainly wake up early in the morning. I go too early to bed in the night, and then in the morning like 6 or 7 I wake up, and then after doing my workout, and then I go for EA. I start my studies. So I was consistent 2 hours or 1 hours every day. One PySpark question, one SQL question, or one Python question. I used to try to solve that. And apart from that, I used to go through some of the videos, like some courses I have opted lot of courses. So I used to, from Udemy also, so I used to go through that, and then I used to work. So it helped me a lot. So in the morning time I used to take out for two hours at least for my studies, and it was consistent. Not a single day I was skipping, because I know that if you have to stay in IT and you have to go make a long career in IT. I have seen from your profile a lot of people profile I've seen. If you are not concerned, you are also like having 10 years of experience. I see regularly you post something on LinkedIn every day. So you are consistent. So from that only I have learned a lot of things from people who are consistent about their approach, because you have to solve regularly. If you leave for 2, 3, 4 months also, you'll forget everything.
That's
So you
true.
have to be consistent in your approach. So I was consistent every day. So that was it was very tough, because someday I have to work like 11 or 12 o'clock in night, on the project. So it was very difficult to wake up early in the morning, but somehow I have to manage. If it was not 2 hours, I used to work at least study 1 or 1.5 hour at least every day, because if you skip, you will forget everything. I have seen that. I have met my personal experience when I joined from Cognizant to PwC. So that time, after joining PwC, I stopped studying 2 3 months. So I used to forget this small syntax of PySpark also. So then after that I realized I have to be consistent every day.
That's true, because if you keep on repeating things, it becomes in your memory always, right? So it is not a short-term memory. So you have, even if you cannot put like 4 hours a day, if you have targeted 4 hours, if you can put half an hour a day, that will make like,
1 hour, half an hour every day, you have to study little bit. I have to give solve one problem only, but try to solve that
yeah. So there's a
with a pure
proverb,
heart.
right? So slow and steady wins the race. So that's what you have to do. You have to do it steadily, consistently. Even if you are doing slowly, that's fine, but make sure you do it consistently.
No, I see people, many people in IT, Silpa. I have seen many of my friends also here. People are not consistent. I regularly tell them also, if to stay long term in IT. I have seen that. One of my maternal uncle works in IT. He's at 20 to 24 years of experience. He is regular now. Also, he's upskilling.
True.
So from there, I get motivation that you have to upskill every day. You have to study every day at least. Try to study 30 minutes, 25 minutes, but try to study. Try to solve one or two problems.
Yeah. So let's say that's good that you have got some time. You have built your routine in such a way that you've got some time every day to prepare yourself. So let's now you have prepared it a little bit. Now you want to prepare your CV, which is one of the major thing to get shortlisted in any company. So what are things you kept in mind to actually prepare your CV, and like what all keywords you gave it?
See, keywords is very important in CV. Okay, so mainly I have seen, see, I have taken CV of many good candidate also who have means cracked lot of interviews. 12, 10 interviews I have cracked. So I have taken lot of keyword like you have to put ADF, Azure Databricks, PySpark. That keywords should align with your work, what you have worked on. Like you have efficiently worked on creating pipelines. So how you have created the pipelines, how you have optimized the pipeline. So you have to put that things in your CV. So I've used that, and also I've used AI to means get a good keyword from that I wanted to put that. And also I have followed lot of CVs of the people who are good in data engineering, who have cracked lot of interview, who have got lot of calls. And one hack for Naukri, people take lot of premium, yeah, all, but I have not taken any premium. I usually mainly used to refresh every day my Naukri, and I used to upload my CV every day by changing. I have prepared 2 3 CVs, one for AWS, one for Azure. So actually, I used to put Azure tech stack in on the CV. If requirement comes for Azure, I used to put that Azure CV. If requirement comes for AWS, then I used to put that yeah, in any of the job description. I used to put both the CVs. So one day by day simultaneously, I used to update one day Azure CV, one day AWS. So this way, I was getting a lot of fun. And you have to put a correct keyword. I will suggest everybody to use correct keyword. Like if you are working on Redshift or if you are working on PySpark, how you have optimized your job, how you have used PySpark to means develop anything, or how you have means use the correct keyword is very important. Optimization, if you have used like very optimization or like a repartition policy, so how you have to put that or mention that or describe that is very important.
That's true. Actually, that's a very good approach. Like AWS and Azure, you have separated your CVs and you are uploading alternatively wherever you want to. And
Because a lot of companies was looking for a AWS data engineer, lot was looking for Azure data engineer. So I worked on both of the EA. So I used to put like I worked on one reporting project in PwC. So I used to mention about that we were getting business requirement document, we were preparing queries and Spark SQL queries, we were loading that Excel file into the S3. So this way I have prepared all the keywords, how we were generating the report. We were using Irish tool, how we were using Spark Summit command. So this way I have mentioned every point in there that attracts the interviewer also.
that's good. That's actually good. And one more thing you mentioned that you have checked a lot of CVs of data engineers.
Yes, yes.
So that is a very good point that people can take CVs of different people and put it according to your skill set, whatever projects you have done, at least formats and everything you can come to know what is going in the standard in the
No,
industry.
I always suggest people to make good connection on LinkedIn. If you
Yeah,
make a
that's
good
very
connection on LinkedIn, people ignore LinkedIn. But personal request to all of the people, please don't ignore LinkedIn, because LinkedIn helped me a lot. Because I have connected with so many good people, but now they are my very good friends in personal way also. Very long. So I have made a good friends on LinkedIn, and they have helped me a lot to prepare on the CV part. They have given interviews, frame. This was question was asked. So this helped a lot. So I suggest people to make a good connection on LinkedIn. Get in touch with many good people like you are there. Lot of good professional. Abhishek is there. Lot of good professionals are there on LinkedIn. I have seen. So I suggest people to connect with them because they are posting regularly. So that will help you a lot
That's right. That's right. Because these connections will help you now or later. So
later.
this is a good strategy basically to connect with your community so that your knowledge gets improved and enhanced as well. So that is one thing. So once you have prepared, you have given the interview. Now it comes about like the notice period. They will ask
Yes.
what is your notice period. So I think in PwC, how much is the notice period?
Notice period is of 3 months, and that is the biggest challenge now also
Right.
many people are facing.
Right.
Many of my friends are giving interviews and they are not getting call because of that 3 month notice period. Still the market is good for data engineering, I believe, but
True.
still people because of the 3 month notice period are not getting lot of calls. So I always many of the candidate or many of my friends I have suggested that lot of walking drive interviews are going on in TCS, in LTI Mindtree. People are not willing to go for a walking drive. I personally use that approach. I was also applying for, so instead of telling every time that they will release me in 40 days, 45, 45 days, 30 days, the interviewer is also the HR is also aware that the notice period is 90 days, then it is difficult. So first, I will suggest one of the good approach. People nowadays they don't go for walking drive, but lot of walking drive interviews their 90 days notice period is considered. I given Cognizant interview and they considered that. I went for walking drive, and 90 days they considered me. After that, I also told many of the HR that I can means I will tell people that if you are on project or anything, first to try to schedule the interview. If you will not be able to schedule the interview by telling the HR, then try to convince them that I am on project, but I think my project will end, and if the way I will come on bench, I will be immediately released from the EA company, because in 44 on bench, then they will release you in 30 days, 45 days, like this. So try to convince them, but mostly I will tell people to go for a walking drive. Walking drive nowadays are conducting a lot of the companies, and lot of companies like TCS, LTI Mindtree, Cognizant, Persistent System, they are taking 90 days. That is not a big deal, because they also know big four companies are also accepting. Like Deloitte, EY called me when my notice period was around 80 days.
Okay.
So they called me and they scheduled my interview, and they have taken and they waited me for a long time, 80 days, 75 days. Then came Deloitte call. So this way they will accept, but I will suggest if you are not getting call, go for the walking drive also. Don't feel ashamed that why I will go for a walking drive. Many people candidate I have seen they are not willing to go for walking, but I personally also went for walking drive.
That's a very good thing because there it's a very big challenge. Like the notice period, 3 months, every company has, but they don't want 90 days notice period. But that's a
Even the big four also, even the big four,
yeah,
they have are having 90 days notice period. In PwC, what is the EA criteria that you have to serve 90 days.
yes.
Either you are on bench, or they will tell you to serve 90 days, and after that, so the other company, other big four, they tells to apply for 45 days. If you have 45 days, 30 days, then only. So a lot of candidates are facing this problem, but I will suggest them to go for walking drive. Take big MNCs approach like TCS, Cognizant, Wipro, because they consider 90 days. I have seen that. So I use that approach. I went there, and also some of the HR I have tried to convince that I will be released from the project and I will get immediate EA. So they, once you get selected, then after that they don't have option. They can't revoke your EO. So they have to wait 30, 40 days, 50 days. But try to go for vacuum drive. I will suggest most of the candidates if you are not getting calls.
That's good because one thing I would reiterate to the audience: go for walk and drive. That's the main
Yes,
thing. Right now,
yes, a lot.
after COVID, everything is right now walk and drive. So make sure you go if you're not getting calls.
I have given Cognizant interview walking drive. I wake up early in 4 5. I have to travel Kolkata 3 hours, 4 hours, and then after that I went. My interview was at 11, so I have not slept properly at night also. Then I gave the interview. But many candidates I have seen, they we will not go for walking drive. Walking PwC also now is organizing walking drive. Many of my friends are going, so I am suggesting them. They are telling Prem, we have to go to Kolkata and again you have to give the walking drive. I tell them, please go for walking drive, because there is a very big chance on the same day only you will get the result also.
True, true. That is also one big advantage. On the
Big
same day,
advantage
you get the result that whatever, whether you are selected or rejected, so that you can go further for the next round
for
of interview for a different
interview.
company. Okay,
Yes.
that's great. So now, once you get selected, now about it comes about the salary. So how exactly you negotiated the salary to make sure that you get the salary that you want?
So actually, ma'am, see, lot of offers. If you have, then try to means negotiate the company which you want to join. I have seen that in last 15 20 days. Don't go before when you get one offer. Uh, Try to show that to the second company you get offer. After that, if you 2 3 offers, 4 offers you have cracked, then wait. At last, when 15 20 days are there, the company, or 15 days are there, the company which you want to join, the best offer you have, try to use that. I use that offer first. I use the offer of Cognizant with EY. I increased there, and when my offer was increased, then at last 7 or 5 days was there, Deloitte told me, are you joining? I told no, I have offer from this company and this company, Public Sapient and UI. So if you match that, so I use that offer letter to the Deloitte. They first told that we can't increase more than this year, but if you will tell that I will not, I will go with the best offer which I want to join. So I want to join your company, it is very having good culture. And but if you based on the some money, or you, I don't want to reject it, then they will listen to that and they will try to increase the salary. That happened with me. I used that offer letter of UI. First they told I will not increase, then at last I told that I want to join, my personal EA is that I want to join Deloitte because Deloitte is very good culture. Lot of people are saying about Deloitte. So they at last they agreed and they tried to increase the salary. So at last 15-20 days when it is left for your joining, try to use that in a very appropriate manner, the company which you want to join, so that you will not get blocked from other company also. And last, try to drop a mail to all of the company which you have not been able to join, because in future they might help you, because in future also you want that company to get offer from that company, then only you can crack more offers.
Yeah, true. But don't just ghost it. Just tell
Hmm.
them that you were not able to join because of so and
You
so.
got some better offer and you are wanted to join this company only, try to tell them the truth only. If you try to tell them at the last, or if you will not mail them, or if you will not ignore them, then at last they will blacklist you, and that will be a very means big EF, because you will lose some of the companies,
Yeah,
because they have very long career ahead.
right. That's true. For everyone, there's a long career, so don't make
So
sure.
try to use at the last 20 days, 15 days, try to make up your mind which company you want to join, and then try to make a counter offer with that. If they match that, then go for that. If they do not match that, then the best offer you have, for me it is like that, the best offer was with EY and Public Sapient. Then Deloitte at last matched my offer. So I went for Deloitte because I have some means I was having means I got lot of good feedback for Deloitte. Apart from the work life balance, lot of good feedback, lot of perks and benefit are there. So that, due to that I joined Deloitte, and lot of good projects are there.
Okay. So if I talk about DSA and system design, did you encounter any question related to it?
And to some problem, few of the questions was, but they told me to solve using two pointer approach only. No need to solve any of TA. So mostly the company which I gave interview, like Fractal also I gave interview, but code like DSA question and system design at my level of experience at 4 years system design, they have not asked any of the question. But DSA, if you like in Python, they told me to solve using two pointer, like to some problem, how to remove duplicate, and also longest substring problem. So these problems they asked me from string and list mostly, but a lot of DSA problem was not asked, and also system design on part I have not encountered any of the problem in system design at my experience level.
Right, right. It depends on which experience level you are and what interviewer wants to ask you as well. So that is great. So that was a very good insight, I would say. Like every points we covered it very thoroughly, which our audience will really be helpful for our audience. So I would like to know three or four things, like the tip and trick that you want to give it to the audience to crack any data engineering interview.
First of all, try to solve everyday PySpark, SQL, Python. These are three important things that are three important skills that you have to master every day, because problem solving skills. If you solve SQL, analytical thinking becomes good. If you solve Python, then logical thinking becomes good. And if you solve the PySpark, then all of this Python, SQL, and PySpark, because it is one of the A of the Python only. So you will be able to means make your brain faster, think faster, because it will make increase your analytical skills, thinking, logical ability. So you have to work on this, try to solve this, and then try to be consistent. That is most important thing, and be positive. That you will be able to. I've seen a lot of candidates that they are only preparing for the interview. They are only learning the interview questions. So that will not help, because if you have to go there and you have to work there also. So try to make your fundamental good. Like if you are working in data engineering, then you have to know about the distributed computing, how distributed computing, distributed storage work. So you have to be aware of this. So make your fundamental strong, be consistent, and also make our mind be mentally strong and positive, that you can crack interview. And don't be afraid of any of the interviews, because people also feel afraid of face to face interview. But I will suggest to go for go for walking drive interview and try to give lot of walking drive interviews, because your notice period tension will be little lesser there, because they consider 90 days notice period. I have seen that. So these are tips and tricks. And also be consistent every day, try to solve the problem, and also focus, like many people want to go for product based company. For me also it is very applicable. Focus on data structure and system design. So if you get time, so try to manage your time. Don't give excuse that I can't give 1 hour 30 days every day. You can give, everybody can give, because you can't work 12 for 14 hours every day in any of the company. 8 hours, 9 hours, 7 hours. So you will get time to try to give 1 hour at least.
So everyone has those 24 hours a day. You have to divide and prioritize what work you need to do in that 24 hours. So that was a very good insight. Like those three tips were on the spot, I would say. And thank you so much for sharing it with the audience. And if maybe I would also use some of your tips and tricks maybe in future, I don't know. But it is very useful,
Actually,
very good.
enjoying life is also very important.
Yes.
I also go for outside for some trips or all those. But mainly I try to, I use the mobile also. If some of the blogs also, medium blogs or anything like from YouTube or LinkedIn, people say, but I have seen, if you scroll LinkedIn now, you will get 3 4 questions every day. How to, because I have seen, I have solved lot of means explode problems. You know that about the array types. Lot of problems I have solved from LinkedIn only. And in present company also, in one of the good project, Adobe project, I was giving interview and same problem was asked to me in Deloitte. I was able to solve that because I used to scroll LinkedIn every day. So please try to scroll and try to make good connection. Help people on LinkedIn. Without help lot of people on LinkedIn, because you make a good connection. Try to respond people on LinkedIn. So you can't respond 1,000 people every day, but try to at least max of your time. If you get time, try to help many people. Try to connect with them, help them. Then it will, your brand value will also increase in future.
That's great. Thank you so much, Shankar, to give all the insights to the audience. And I really loved your approach to crack any interview. And it's not only about interview, but be job ready. You have to work in your job once you get into the job.
Yes,
It's not only about giving interviews. So that is also a very important thing that you shared with the audience. So I suggest everyone to basically learn and get the knowledge not only for interviews, but also to work in your
try to
job.
solve every day, little bit. If you don't get time, also one question. So try to see on LinkedIn also how is the approach they are using, the approach to solve the problem. So it will be very helpful. You be consistent. People say I don't get time. I have seen lot of people. 1 month we are not getting time frame. Lot of work is there. But at least if you can scroll your mobile also, and if you open once LinkedIn also, try to solve one question also, or see one question also how they are solving. Then it is more than enough.
That's right. That's right. Thank you so much. I'll wrap it up here right now.
Thank you.
So next time, whenever you go into a next job, maybe anytime, then I will again come back to you with a good podcast because technology is evolving a lot.
A
So
lot.
AI is coming and everything. So you have to keep on upskilling. So that will be a video maybe the next time that will be coming up. So thank you so much,
Thank
and
you, ma'am.
thank you, and I wish you have a
Thank
good day.
thank you.
Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you have a good day.